Hello everybody, welcome to Global Cajon. I hope you find this chapter interesting. Enjoy! Okay, let's talk about Sevillanas. Sevillanas is a beautiful style that comes from Seville in the south of Spain. It's a style that works for dancing. So that means that the structure is always the same structure. So the dancers know what's coming. It has an introduction part, basically only instrumental. So the people realize it's a Sevillana and they stand up and they find a partner to dance. Then there's, let's say, an exposition of the main theme, which we could call the A, and then you repeat that, and then you go to the B section, and then the end. That's basically the structure. It's in 3/4, and there are, for percussionists, let's say, 3 very basic patterns that you use depending on the section you are in, and also depending on the intensity of the song in that specific point. The first pattern, it's very simple and consists in playing bass note with your strong hand in 1, and then a little high note accent with your weak hand on 2 end. It's easier to listen to it. Look. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. The second pattern, it's basically the same thing, but on the second bar of 3/4, we play not only bass on 1, but also bass on 1 and 2. Okay, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, see the bass in 2. 1, 2, 3 again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay? The third pattern, it's even simpler. It's basically playing bass on the first bar of 3/4 and no bass on the second bar. So it's a 2-bar pattern, and it gives more space and less power. That works great for the beginning of A section, for example. So it leaves some space for the song to build up on the B. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. There's a very typical instrument that we use in sevillanas, which are the castanets. In big ensembles, the cajon player doesn't play that element. There's another person doing that. But when you want to do an abstraction to sound the best you can playing sevillanas on the cajon, it's a good idea to have some technical abilities to simulate the castanets when you need it. If you do it all the time, it's too busy, but maybe for openings or some sections, it works great. So I have 3 suggestions, technically wise, to sound a little bit resembling the castanets. The first suggestion to sound a little bit as the castanets it's very simple, is doing it with open stroke. The castanets sound like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ta ria ria ta ria ta ria ria ta ria ta ria ria ta ria ria ta ria ria ta ria. Okay, something like that. So we do with hands. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Although the first intuition is to do the takata takata with our strong hand, I suggest doing it starting with our weak hand, because we are already playing downbeat with our strong hand, so it's easier to start the takata takata with our weak hand than going from the bass to the high note with the strong hand. Doing it wrong with the strong hand will be like this: 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. See, it's not very easy to do. But if we do it starting with our weak hand, it's easier and smoother. Look. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. The second way of doing the castanet sound is playing downbeats with our open hand and then doing the ria ria with the tips of our fingers. Okay? 3. I'm playing every finger except the little one. Okay? So ta ta ta. It's a 4-note stroke, 4-note roll. Okay, the third way to do the castanet sound is playing with our closed fist on downbeat and then taking advantage of this position of the hand and doing the guitar technique with the nails that sounds very tight. It's like this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. As you can see, the cierres in sevillanas are always on beat 2. That doesn't mean we play the closing every other beat. You have to wait for the part of the song where you have to play the closing. But it's always on 2. Let's see a very basic cierre. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. The final closing or cierre at the end of each piece of sevillanas is not in the 2, in the second beat of the bar as all the other cierres during the song. It's in beat 1. Okay? If every beat during the song is like this, in 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, ra, okay? The last closing is in 1. Okay, let's play it. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Okay, closing in 2. And now, final ending. Okay, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, I want to talk about the structure of sevillanas. It's a very unique style because unlike bulerías, tanguillos, rumbas, tangos, etc., that they have open structures, sevillanas are always the same way. This is because probably it's because it's oriented for popular dance. People, not professional dancers or musicians, play it and dance it all the time. So it's required that it has always the same structure so people can join to dance anytime. So the beginning of the sevillana, that's the only part that is open. It's when the music starts and people say, hey, let's dance. A sevillana is beginning. So that part is open, could be short or long depending on the context. But once the sevillana structure begins, we could call that beat 1, bar 1. Then it's always the same. And you have to focus on patterns 4, 6, 18, 30, and 39. Those patterns are always those patterns where we do a closing on 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, roop. 1, 2, 3, 1, roop. Okay? Bars 4, 6, 18, 30, and 39. 39 is the last bar of the structure, and we do a tuk tuk pum pum. Okay, we are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, pocket tim pum, and we finish on the downbeat of 40. Okay, it's easier to listen it, and I'm going to cue you while we listen to the music. Okay, let's go. Okay, we see we are in a 3/8 context. This is the opening part. Okay, could be long, short. Watch out. Ping. That's the beginning of the structure. Continue. Okay. Bar 18. 20, 21, 30, 30, 31, 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 37, 38, 39. Boom. Always like that. Fandangos is a style that is very similar to sevillanas, rhythmically wise. The big differences are sevillanas are thought basically for dancing, so they have a very closed structure, while fandangos are more open in terms of structure. Also, fandangos are sometimes played much slower. Sevillanas, they always are in a very narrow range of tempos, because they are thought for dancing and dancers need a certain speed. And also fandangos have a particularity of always working in cells of at least 2 bars, an even number of bars, harmonically wise and rhythmically wise. Okay, the closings as well as in sevillanas are in beat 2 of the second bar, or second or fourth or eighth bar, always even. Okay. So let's at least play one pattern of fandango to see the difference in tempo. The other patterns in fandango are exactly the same as the ones I showed you in sevillanas. So let's play one pattern of fandango. 1, 2, 3, 2. Well, I hope you enjoyed this chapter. You can find many other chapters of Global Cajon in my YouTube channel. Also in my website or Facebook, you can see the index to check the chapter that you are interested in. Thanks for being there and see you around. Adios.